I am going to be in Chicago this weekend, the 24th. I'm going to be DJing. So come and see me. And then don't forget October 3rd in Nashville. No, 4th. It's the 4th. I knew I was going to fuck that up. But I'll be bopping around Nashville. Yeah. So come to the Rich Mom Walk on the 4th. I'm so excited. You guys, my list of recommendations is actually 3 notes pages long. I'm just so pumped to be in Nashville. I think that we are going to get along great. Let's talk to Lauren. Hi, Lauren. How are you?
Hi, Tinx.
Hi. Thanks for calling. What's going on?
So I am very lucky and I'm going to Scotland and Ireland for a friend's wedding.
Fun.
Yeah, I'm really excited. One thing, though, is it's me and 3 couples.
Been there big time.
Yeah, I know. That's why I called you. I am not single, but my boyfriend can't go because of work.
Oh.
And yeah, so it's a little bit of a bummer.
Yeah.
I've gone to weddings, without him before because of similar situations. So I'm not nervous about that. And they are really close friends and they're very good about, not being super coupley when I'm, not in my couple, but still just having a little bit of a mental block with it. And I love traveling. I don't want to put any negative thing on the trip. But I just wanted to see if you had any advice from your own experience with addressing
Girl,
that.
I've been number 11 on a trip with no boyfriend. I've been number 21 on a trip with I'm being the only one, and I don't even have a boyfriend at home. You will be completely fine. I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be exciting. They're your best friends, and you can still be talking to your boyfriend and sending him fun pictures. And I feel like sometimes it's fun to take a trip away from someone because then you can come back and be like, oh my God, and we ate this and we did this here. And not that you want to be on your phone the whole time, but it's fun to share that with your partner and have so much exciting stuff to tell them when you get back. And they're your friends. They'll get it. They're not going to leave you out. I think when it can get really lonely is when you don't have a person and you're just number 11 or number, 17 or whatever it is that. Then I feel like it can really hit you in the gut, but you'll be completely fine. It's your friend's wedding and you guys are all going to be together. It'll be more like a party vibe. A group of that size is like a party vibe. Yeah. It's fun. It's going to be so fun.
Yeah. I haven't been on a trip this big, in terms of traveling with friends and stuff. So yeah, I know that has its own intricacies to it as well.
Totally. It's always an interesting thing traveling with such a big group because you really don't know someone until you travel with them, even your friends. Yeah. I have best friends I won't travel with because they're fucking annoying and I can't stand to be with them because we have differences, and I'm sure that's true for me too. I'm sure some of my friends are rolling their eyes listening to this being like, that bitch. But I plan everything, so I have to come.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
But that's you won't even have time to miss your boyfriend because you're gonna be like, well, she's always going to the bathroom and she's always late for the bus, and this person is a picky eater and that pisses me off, and this, that, and the third. So you're gonna have the best time, and it's gonna be so fun. I've never been to Ireland, but I've been to Scotland, and I actually had a great time. The food was really good there, randomly. So that's so fun. That's so cool.
I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah. That's going to be really fun. No, you'll have a great time. Don't stress at all.
Thank you. And then one other, I guess more fun question, not that wasn't fun, but fall is my favorite season. And I feel like we're kind of in back to school, kind of feels like getting into fall. Are there things that you're specifically looking forward to for fall to get excited about?
It's funny.
Summer sadness a little bit.
I know. I'm over it. August is like a big old... you know what August reminds me of? Waking up from a nap. That is the feeling of August. Is you're confused. I'm always starving when I wake up from a nap. I'm dehydrated. I have crusties in my eye. That's what August feels like to me. I'm get me to fucking September. Today was the first day that I wore a little sweater on my coffee walk. And let me tell you, I enjoyed every second of picking out my little cardigan. Okay. You know how when it's about to be Christmas and Mariah Carey makes all her bag and she's like, it's time. That's what I sing as the president of the Basic Girl Association every September. I go, it's time. And we all get out our sweaters and our Uggs and we get ready for our pumpkin spice lattes, and football starts again. Not that I necessarily watch that much, but I love that other people do. And I want to get involved with them watching it. And I want to eat snacks, and I want Halloween. I want my birthday. I want people to go back to school because it feels more full and fun. I want everybody to get back from vacation. I'm excited for the foliage, the new color palette, pumpkin spice lattes, of course, cookies, just all the fall things. It is just the most magical time of the entire year. And yet, so yes, I'm very excited. What am I excited specifically about? I think I've had a really good summer. I think I'm going to roll right into Fuck It We Ball fall, Demure
Love it.
fall. And I'm just going to I'm going to stand on business this fall.
Love it. I love that entire rant. I'm also an October baby, so
best month.
I take on that responsibility
Yes.
very seriously.
No.
I was the basic pumpkin girl before it even was a thing. So I'm super thrilled, and yeah, I can't wait.
Are you a Libra?
I am. Yeah.
I love a Libra. Oh yes,
I know.
I love a little sensitive Libra. I love Libras,
Yes.
babies. Okay, well that's amazing. So have the best time in Scotland. Happy fall. I'm saying it now. I don't give a fuck. It started now. We had this conversation. We're in it. And yeah, have a great time on your trip.
Thanks so much, Tinx. I appreciate it.
Lots of love, babe. Bye.
Have a great day.
What a cutie. I thought she was going to be upset because she didn't have a boyfriend. Do you guys know how many trips I've gone on as the 19th wheel? I think that I've actually been the only single person at some weddings. Like, I'm not kidding. The sole single person aside from like the 12-year-old boy who brought the rings out. Like, I kid you not. If there is a situation, I have been single in it. I swear to fucking God. Like, I seriously, someone give me some sort of a medal because I've done it all. I've done it all. Trips sometimes with couples, kind of annoying. But then sometimes by the end, you're like, all you guys do is like bicker and fight. I'm good. Anyway, you know. We bitch when we're single. We bitch when we're in a relationship. Can't win them all. All right. Kelly. Hey, Kelly, what's up?
So I called in with the AMA about blacking out and getting dumped. That was me.
Which one?
I'm still kind of...
When was that?
It was like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, it was
Basically,
recent.
what happened, I was really immature. I lost my phone and my keys, and I walked over to the guy I was seeing's house. It was my neighbor.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So basically, we had dated casually for 3 months. He wasn't ready to commit, broke up. 6 months later, he came back, asked me to get back with him. I did, but we never really discussed what went on and kind of the mistreatment on his end. So I always had trust issues, but a month in, we decided we were exclusive. But again, little things would happen. He would go on a bachelor trip and not text me for 2 or 3 days and then come home and tell me about the hot girls that he was with. And, don't worry, they weren't that hot, so you have nothing to worry about. Stuff like that. I know, I'm so disappointed that I didn't stand up for myself, but I was so convinced he came back, it's gonna work this time. So embarrassed that I never stood up for myself.
No, I got it.
But that being said, lots of little comments, invited me on his 4th of July trip, then disinvited me 2 weeks later because he was I don't know that we're there yet. Little things like that were just really mean and planted seeds of doubt. But anyway, lost my keys and my phone and went to his place. And I've been beating myself up because I never want to get that drunk to begin with. But also at the same time, the more I think about it, I wasn't barging in. Wouldn't you think that the person you're dating would help you in that situation?
Would
even
what?
If you came over.
I didn't hear you. Would what?
Would help you in that situation if you lost your phone and your keys.
Yeah.
I know he thought it was barging in. He the next day kind of gasped at me. It was you completely disrespected my boundaries and told me what a terrible person I was.
So
but the more I look back on it.
So you went to his apartment. You were super blackout, and then the next day he dumped you. Just so that everybody knows.
Yeah.
Remember. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Dude, good, but good riddance though. This wasn't your guy anyway, and it's listen. It's always uncomfortable when you get too blacked out. And I've done it. I've told this story many times. Twice I've had it where I got really drunk and the guy broke up with me after. And it's a devastating feeling. Even if he's an asshole and even if he's not your guy, it's a truly devastating feeling. And I just want everybody out there to know. And the fact that I said, which caller are you, shows you how many times people have called the show being oh my God, I'm in a shame spiral. But the thing is, unless it's an every month thing, it's just not a big deal. It happens once or twice in your life and you get over it and you learn from that. And it's truly, as long as nobody got hurt, it's not that big a deal. I've also gotten too drunk 5 million other times with guys and they've been haha, you were crazy last night, but I still like you. So it is about the person. You gotta let this one go because this guy was an asshole anyway.
Okay, that makes me feel so much better. Well, this is the other thing he did say. He was well, it's been a lot because there was another night that I got too drunk and I guess I was doing too much PDA. And then there was another night that I called him a bunch of times.
Oh my God, we are the same. I'm like,
and
I'm
that's me,
sorry that I want to suck your face off when I'm drunk. Oh God, sorry for touching your bicep in public because I had 3 Chardonnays. Cut me some slack. Like, Jesus.
Well, and that's what he was like, it's 3 times now that you've gotten sloppy drunk and have been all over me. I don't think it's that, I don't know. Am I like gaslighting myself? Like, I know it's embarrassing, but it's not terrible. I don't know.
I mean,
but I
look,
still feel,
yeah. I mean, I know someone's going to write to me and say, you shouldn't encourage binge drinking, Tinx. I'm not. I'm just saying, like, I get too drunk too. I got too drunk like, God, 2 weeks ago, and it's, it's not great, but it happens. And as long as it's not a problem, you're sensible, you sound like a sensible person. If you actually had a problem with alcohol, I don't think you'd be calling me talking about this. So I think it's fine. I think this is just not your guy. And by the way, sometimes we tend to drink more when we're around people who don't make us that comfortable. I've had it where I've been with guys and like I'm anxious around them. And so I'm like, oh, I am going to drink a lot because I need to feel, whatever. So that could be part of it too. Forget this guy. Forgive yourself. Don't overdrink for a while and it's all good.
yes. Okay. Thank you. I really just needed to hear that.
I get
Thank
it.
you.
I get it. I love you, girl.
Thank you.
Talk to you later. Bye. No, guys, the time that I was dating this guy who he was so weird. Anyway, it was a typical, like, when I say that this is textbook Tinx, like in her 20s, this man hated me. He hated me. Okay. I was obsessed with him. Okay. I was obsessed with him. And on like our 3rd date, he took me to Rose Room. What is that place? Used to be at Gramercy Park Hotel. God, it was a good bar, you guys. It was such a fun, cool bar. And everybody used to get really ratchet there. Everybody used to be on the banquettes and was like drinking and, partying, doing whatever. The last thing I remember is literally straddling him. I remember my little Zara dress, my workwear dress, like up around my waist. Like it was bad. And the next morning he was just so over me. And I knew, and I was just devastated for like 3 weeks. More probably. And now I look back and I'm like, the reason I was so nervous is because I was on that date and I just knew he hated me. He was like not making any conversation and I was just so obsessed with him. He was finance, 6'5", blue eyes, the whole spiel. And I just want to hug that little girl and be like, this is so not your guy. You didn't do anything wrong. You're in the Rose Room. Like you're supposed to be blackout drunk. Who gives a shit? And I just wish I could hug her and tell her that it's going to be okay because it is. Rose Bar. That's right. Fuck yeah. That was a good place. That we need more places like that again, like a dark bar where people actually have fun and maybe you can't have phones in there. I don't know. I need an investment. I need a hospitality investor to partner with me because I can save nightlife alone with my drinking habits. I'm just kidding. Okay. Let's take Annabelle. Hi, Annabelle. How are you?
Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm on.
I'm so glad you're on. What's going on? How are you?
I am great, thanks. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for calling. What's happening?
Well, I recently listened to your episode that dropped on August 14th.
Okay.
And the woman wrote in, Hannah, about returning to work after having her child.
After having your baby. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I just want to validate her. Like, she's not crazy. She's not imagining it.
Yeah.
And it's all too common, and it's also legal. And I hope that she's taking a really good notes of all of the comments that are being made to her about taking breaks to pump, which is her legal right, and also the comment that a coworker made to her about taking her time off. Like, that's between her and her boss who approved her PTO.
Totally.
Her coworker should not be making comments like that. And then I think she should really, when she has a record, she should sit down with her manager and say, this is what my performance was before. This is how I'm performing now. I don't see a difference. Where do you? And really get the answer because it's retaliatory. When you come back from work and you're being treated different, when you come back from leaving, you're being treated differently. And if there's no difference in her performance and she can get that documented, then she should really seek legal advice because it's not okay. And hopefully she can get fat severance and have her peace while she looks for a new job in a more supportive workplace.
Agree. I have chills. That's a really good point, and that's a really good idea to take the, your performance before and after and say, where's the difference? I think that's really smart. I hope she's listening. I think that's really great. And you mentioned again, documentation. And I posted, I think a lawyer wrote to me and she said the same thing. And I posted it on Instagram, but she should document everything down, dates and times of how they're discriminating against her. It's just insane. And if you guys remember, they actually made her get a fucking doctor's note to pump. I mean, it's just like,
That's crazy.
It's just insane. It's like women cannot catch a fucking break. Like we're literally having your fucking children and you can't let us pump our it's disgusting. It's disgusting. It's discriminatory. And most importantly, as you said, it's illegal and she needs to take action. I just feel so bad for her because it's like, you're as if it isn't hard enough. You're leaving your baby. Your hormones are crazy. You are trying to, show up at your job and people are being rude to you. It's just like, I try never to have this attitude, but sometimes I truly feel hopeless. Like, how are we in the year of 2024 and people are still treating women like this in the workplace? It's actually disgusting.
Yeah, I just want to empower her. Like, she
Agreed.
can take her power back.
Agreed.
She doesn't have to accept being treated that way. She doesn't have to accept that at all.
I completely agree. And I think your idea is amazing. I hope she's listening to this. And I hope that your call empowered other new moms out there to really think about how they're being treated and not accept any discriminatory behavior towards them or illegal behavior towards them. And I hope that, this, encourages people to know your rights. I appreciate you calling. Thank you. We're stronger when we have these conversations out loud and together.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And you're a champion for the girlies, and I want to be too.
Thank you. Thank you. I love you. Thanks for calling, babe. God, it makes me so emotional. I'm about to cry again. It's just like, it's fucked, you guys. It's fucked, but that's why we got to keep talking about it. I'm going to take a super quick break. I will be taking more calls right after this. So if you're on the line, stay on the line.